Step 5. Embrace video learning. Let's face it, ever since YouTube became a household name, almost all of us have used it as a learning tool. I can't tell you how many times I've used YouTube to help me with a do-it-yourself project or projects. The tools in this module are focused on finding quality educational content that can not only be used but also integrated with student responses so we can evaluate learning from these videos. Let me just click on the resources. So the first resource that you're going to come across is just a kind of study that was done that finds how video has soared with teenagers viewing online video, which I don't think will come as a surprise to many of us. And then there's going to be this article from Common Sense Media about the best interactive video apps and websites that you can use. One of my favorites, if you haven't already seen this one, is called Edpuzzle. So Edpuzzle allows you to create an account and as a teacher account, and there's a freemium version and a premium version, and it'll allow you to embed questions in it, and then you can get the data from those from the videos and the questions that you've embedded in them. It's one of the best tools I've come across, and again, there's freemium and premium options, but the freemium option gives you a lot of great resources, and I believe it is on the Ed2D list. You'll just have to talk to your school, make sure that they're familiar with the Ed2D restrictions or list on that. I think you're good to go with that. PlayPosit is another one. There's the freemium and premium, and the freemium doesn't quite offer all of the question types that you'll find. So it's a little limiting in that stance, and I'm not sure where it stands on the Ed2D, but it is a pretty nice repository to bring in videos and then embed questions in it. ClassHook is a great little website if you want to find, say you're teaching a topic that you'd like to find a great movie quote or line or scene in a movie that might align itself with the content you're teaching. So it is all based on educational content. With the premium version, you can even align it with standards, but the freemium version is really a teacher tool for you, so you can find usually YouTube clips to enhance your curriculum with video. So it's kind of a fun tool in that respect. That's called ClassHook. If you haven't seen TED Ed, you've, I'm sure, heard of TED Talks, but this TED Ed actually has some fantastic, and I mean really fantastic, resources and videos and lessons that you can use with your class. I don't believe you need student accounts with this, so I think Ed2D, it should be pretty safe along those. Of course, many of you have seen Khan Academy. Again, if your school, if you use it, your kids can really kind of watch videos, answer quiz questions within it, and you can keep track. Again, check on the Ed2D requirements in that. Flipgrid is, we'll kind of talk more about this with kind of changing up your teaching format, and we'll actually use Flipgrid more. So I'll kind of hold off on showing much of this because we'll actually use Flipgrid in one of our next discussions. And then a math teacher, for those math teachers out there, someone sent me this one's called eMath Instruction, and she recommended it as a math teacher. I think there's freemium and versus premium options here, but for the math teacher, you may want to check that website out and see if you can find some quality content there. Again, it's always a challenge with the math folks to do that, but go ahead and check one or more. Again, if I was to recommend one solid one, Edpuzzle is a really good one. If you haven't already used it, we'll also align with your Google Classroom if you have that, or also this TED Ed and ClassHook. Those three would probably be my top recommendations. So I hope you enjoy seeing some of these learning products through video.